Okay, cool. Right, Axel. This is Axel, my friend. Do you want to introduce yourself? So this is Axel in Sweden right now.
Yeah, I'm in Gothenburg, Sweden. My name is Axel.
Yeah. What you been
It's
up
really
to,
nice to
Axel?
be here. Yeah, at the moment, I'm just actually practicing some piano.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the fingers. So I usually have a morning routine. I have some breakfast and I do some song practicing, writing, rehearsing.
Yeah, I don't know. Our viewers don't know even how we met. We met in New York when you were playing on a gig. And here we are, a few years later, still grinding and playing music. Man, you've been busy.
Yeah, and back at you. I'm so happy for our meeting in New York, and we had a lot of good times on the streets there.
Yeah.
Walking, and yeah, we've been collaborating, and here we are. 2021 is closing up, and we are diving into the next year with a lot of new music and
Yeah, it's gonna be
creations.
great. It's gonna be great with Planet Revolution. The way it's been doing and the way the promo has been going, it's been great. The feedback has been good from other people who have heard it as well. Um, I was gonna say, like, for the people who don't know you, what does Axel like to do for fun when he's not playing music?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Since music is fun and I do it a lot,
Mhm.
something else that I enjoy doing is actually being in nature among trees and playing with animals. I love animals. We have a little pug. We call him
Yeah.
the pirate pug because he has only one eye.
Yeah. We
And
have to put a photo for people to see. It's
yeah,
hilarious. Love it. I love the park.
and yeah, nature, swimming in cold waters. You know a little bit about that. You were with me. I do love the ocean.
Yeah, I gotta show
Uh,
people the video in Sweden when we went to the water. That was hilarious. Literally, Axel drags me out of this of the house. He's like, Etienne, we're gonna go do swimming. It took like the whole day to convince me, isn't it? It was
oh
crazy.
yeah, uh, and you actually you did very well. You stayed in more than any of us, and you
Axel,
kept going.
yeah, it's you know what? After that cold shower, I felt like electricity or this sort of heat energy from deep with inside of me. It was just coming out. And
Yeah,
I was awake for like the next 8 hours. It was crazy. You know what? That was my first experience actually doing that.
something happens when you in a safe environment, when you jump in a cold water or take a cold shower. You're just it's coming electricity from inside out. Oof.
Yeah.
And you'll be going after that. You'll be crunching.
I really like what you said about going to nature and connecting with nature because a lot of us with in this century, everybody's so disconnected from nature. Everybody's on their cell phones and their computer 24/7. And I think what you're doing going to nature, before you know, when you told me about going to nature, I did not understand it until I started going for walks and then go walking down the trees and I hugged the tree. I remember for to just check
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you were talking about. It just that sort of happiness, the energy you get out of it, you cannot explain, and we need that
It's
as humans.
we right as a human being. I think we need connection. We need to connect with other people.
Mhm.
And although we are using our phones right now, we're connecting via Zoom. We're talking, we're interacting, we're almost looking each other in the eyes
Mhm.
indirectly. So I think that is a good kind of the good side of technology is if we connect in a human way, but also the nature has a tremendous force when you go out there and just log off and touch the tree. I mean, you don't even have to touch it if you're scared. You just feel the forest or the trees or the sea. It's it's a silence there, but it's at the same time is a big force that is just going through your body and somehow when I'm out there I always feel recharged. I feel like Ah, nice. New air, and just the mind just like, it just calms down the mind. Not too much thoughts or likes or dislikes or comments or, chasing this or that.
Yeah, I think as humans, we need that. And before, like a few years ago, I never got to really appreciate that until I think when I met you, you're one of my first friends to tell me about going for walks and connecting with nature. And I felt like I was so stuck in my own world, just walking nonstop, and you don't realize how quickly the year has gone. And you feel like you're
Yeah.
losing yourself a bit. And I think that's really important to do, especially if you're a very creative person. Your brain is always like
Yeah.
non-stop, that's really cool. So Axel, you've been playing like a lot of shows, man, this Christmas. It's been like insane. Like,
Yeah, it's fun that we are. I mean, we are at the moment in a pandemic,
yeah.
and the shows has been starting again for musicians. We're able to play, which is really, we're grateful for that. It's been fun just seeing people interact. That's an interaction as well. If you play just by yourself, it could be a joy.
Mhm.
But when you play before listeners, and there's some kind of connection there between the musician and the listener, there's a magic growing from that meeting.
Mhm.
And I really enjoy that, because without music goes two ways. It's not a one-way phenomenon. It travels through a piano or through a voice, and then it hits someone else's ears or eyes or mind, and then that person gives something back. It's like an energy, and that we're feeding on each other, and it's good vibrations, and the whole stage is starting to lift, and the whole room, everyone's feeling good.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's good to see. I know like the pandemic was tough for artists, importantly, because obviously all the venues were closed. And obviously Gothenburg, being Gothenburg, you guys have got some really cool venues like Nefertiti. I really like Nefertiti.
Nefertiti,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was tough for musicians. So being able to see all the musicians around the world opening up and playing music. And I think music is meant to be consumed, like the audience has to be there. I know you can listen to on Spotify or whatever other platforms, but just looking at the musician perform live, you get different vibe from it.
It is, that's really when it happens. And even just having a meeting with a friend, you can meet like this on Zoom, and it's nice, it's great to see each other. But when we meet in real life,
Mm.
having a fika, as we say in Sweden, a cup
Yeah.
of tea or coffee with a friend, then there's a chemistry going back and forth, just exploding. And if you haven't seen each other for a while, you're just, lifting each other up, or helping, healing each other, by talking about struggles or whatever it can happen in life. So
Yes.
yeah, IRL is the shit.
Yo, I don't know. I don't know how people don't know me and Axel. We done some music together. This sort of ET link to humans, understanding humans and music. There's a sort of a deeper connection between music and humans and how it brings people together, which I really love. And I've always liked your collaboration and the way your creative mind works. And Axel, how many albums do you have out right now? Is that about 7 albums? This guy is a machine. He's always crunching. I like, honestly, inspiration. You inspire me every day.
And we have 8 albums that we've been releasing with original music, and it's just a great joy. It's as you know yourself, it's so much fun to craft and to invent things, and they're coming from somewhere, from the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, and you hear it, and then you just want to bring it here, whether it's a movie or a song or a comic book. It wants to get to Earth, and
Yeah.
you are the the co-creator. You're the enabler. You're making it happen by working on it and watering it like a plant.
Yeah, man, it's good how we can imagine these ideas, and then before you know it, it's coming out like a form of music or a written form, which could be a comic book or it could be a movie. I just like the whole sort of creativity, and I think for us as creative people during the lockdown, it's been helping us to sort of escape at some point. And I'm sure when you go on your keyboard and start playing, you kind of escape to another universe, and
It's
sometimes
harmony.
yeah, it gets you to escape, and you're in that place, that safe place where you feel like for a second, it's you're sort of cut off from the world and what's going on, which is
Yeah.
always really good. So what sort of advice would you give to other musicians who are out there who are trying to like do stuff and sometimes they feel a bit down? I've already taken my advice. I'm gonna go for walks, connect with nature, because I think we have a great connection with nature and people tend to forget
Yeah.
that. What would you tell other artists out there who are still sort of struggling to, sort of keep doing what you're doing?
I think just what you said there, just dropping all of the pressure of trying to make it, to make it on whatever you do, make it on Spotify or finding a label or Instagram or social media. It's all some kind of hunt for numbers. So I think a great tool that I use is just I just put the phone down, silence or flight mode, just put it away, and then just connecting with the instrument, whether it's your voice, just singing for 15 minutes or playing piano 15 minutes. You can just spend 15 minutes just away from all the technology and reconnecting with your own world. Because I mean, if you say we're not really escaping the world, I would say we're escaping the sometimes crazy society that we live in, different societies, and we are reconnecting with the world, like that within us and around us, and an instrument can do that. Or even as a writer yourself, you know how it is when you just immerse yourself in a story. It's just as real as the society we live in. And eventually we have seen your works, I mean, how they come to life in the material world. So I think just spending that time. My father always said that, like, make sure you put at least 15 minutes, 15 per day on what you love, and just keep that as a sacred event. And everyone has 15 minutes. If you don't have 15 minutes, then you're busy AF. It's just everyone has 15 minutes, and just spend that with yourself,
Yeah. And I really do appreciate that. There's a lot of things that I've learned from you as knowing you as a friend. And I think even though sometimes you're a friend and you see them do certain things, you pick them up slowly without noticing, because you notice how great of an effect it can make your life, which has always been great. Talking about picking up stuff from you, you ended up being in my comic book playing one of the characters. Tell me, have you like growing up, were you exposed to superheroes, or if you're watching superhero movies, how do you feel for a second? Do you want to tell me anything about superheroes or anything?
Yeah, I actually really like the escapism of superhero characters, and I I never was big of a reader, but I loved watching, obviously, the big blockbusters. I remember really falling for the character of Lewis and Clark, where Clark is hiding as a journalist. He puts his glasses on, and then whenever something happens, he's transforming to Superman and saving other humans in danger. I love that show, and of course Spider-Man and Batman. masks and the imagination. But
Yeah, and
I was always thinking there was a lack, though, because usually growing up, you see your condition, you become I was somewhat brainwashed with
yeah.
what you watch, and I was always lacking the diversity in superheroes, like a black superhero or superhero from China or superhero from Latin America. It was always Americanized version, obviously, because it came from there, Hollywood. So that's how I fell in love with the new superhero from Scotland, or that is based in Scotland.
Yeah, and I guess superheroes are sort of a representation of ourselves. There's things that we see in real life that we cannot change. And then maybe when we tell these stories, there's better ways we can inspire the world for a better place. So since this episode is based on E.T. trying to fit in as a human being, I want you to give me a challenge of something that I can do. And then I have to feel myself doing it. And then you can, give me some marks. You tell me, Etian, you should have done this better, or you should have done this, because Beats of War is all based on E.T. coming from another planet and landing on Earth. And right now is in Scotland with me being the persona. And yeah, I just want to learn different things that I've not done as a human being, so that I can connect with friends like yourselves and then learn from other characters, which I think connects us as human beings. So, of course, if I learn how to make something really cool from Sweden, I think that would be really awesome. So yeah, give me any challenge and I'm going to take it on. And then before we put the video out, I'll send you, or I can just do it and then I'll put the video out, and then you can give me your honest feedback from a comment or something. I think that would be really awesome.
I think I was thinking my first idea was to teach you something to cook.
Yeah.
And I'm always cooking muesli in the morning. It's oats with banana and coconut.
Yeah.
But then I actually got into the thing of sharing this story with trees and hugging a tree.
Yes.
And that's a really important thing, because I do it daily. It's just whenever you see a tree around the city, or doesn't have to be among people, it can be just in the forest, you just see it and you feel, oh, I need to give it a hug or just connect with it. That's what I want you to do more oftenly. And you can obviously film yourself doing it, because then you spread. People tend to think it's weird. It's like, what is this dude doing? He's hugging a tree. Why is he hugging a tree? But as a matter of fact, it's, trees are alive as well. We just when we are in our work mode, we just forget that they are, as alive as we are, but more static, more. They're like kind of like they don't speak. They're speaking like the Lord of the Rings trees, very slow.
And they're giving us the oxygen, we're breathing, we're connecting with them in that sense. So how many trees should I need to hug?
Well, 3 is the magic number.
3 is the magic number. Okay.
And you need to make sure you just, wrap yourself around it. I usually try to sense the air. They're emanating a beautiful fresh air, and just stay there for a few seconds, 5-10 seconds. Close your eyes, and as you said, what we are breathing out, the trees are breathing in, and then the trees breathe out. We breathe in that. So our half of our lungs is up there. So that's why it's so important. Coming from another planet as an alien, you need to learn how to breathe air on Earth.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna hopefully 3 trees, and I think this is gonna be fun. I'll attach it at the end of this video so people can see me hugging trees, and then that would be awesome. Honestly.
Yeah, because one of the issues, and that I think as a superhero, they are here to inspire human beings.
Yeah.
They're from different planets. I think one thing that ET could do and will do, already has done, is to inspire humans to reconnect with what is really important. Because human beings, they are always trying to make profit. They're cutting down the trees and selling it as whatever, toilet paper or furniture. But we also need, for every tree we cut down, we need to plant one, because otherwise eventually it's only going to be the superheroes that breathe
through their helmets. So we gotta protect the trees. That's a very important.
Yeah, we got to keep them, you know, healthy and give them love.
Definitely give them love. Axel, thank you so much for speaking with me, man. I'm gonna go find trees and I'm gonna hug the trees. And then after this whole chat that we've had, which is quite interesting, I'll put the video of me hugging 3 trees in a park in Glasgow. And yeah, thank you for the challenge. I'm very excited.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for spreading the tree love.
Yeah, the tree love.
And,
hashtag tree love. Have a good day, brother.
Have a good day, brother. See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I've been challenged by Axel to hug 3 trees. Apparently, if I hug 3 trees, there's where I'm gonna feel inside. So since this is a challenge that he asked me to do personally, I had to wait for the rain to stop coming down. You know Scotland with the weather. Anyway, I'm gonna hug 3 trees and then I'll tell you how I feel after. Okay, first one, please. First of all, I think that when you want to hug a tree, you feel stupid. But because Axel told me, it's like, Etienne, trees are also like live beings. So when you hug them, you connect with them in some way. It felt stupid, but I feel like happy and positive for some reason. I just got out of the house because it was raining, but that's just hugging 3 trees. Guys, go out there and hug trees. If you don't feel good inside and you want to do something like this that makes you feel a little bit stupid but makes you feel good after, why not? As long as we're spreading good vibes. Let's go. Have a good New Year!